And start the story mode. When you're happy with your placement and ready to move on, click on the button in the right corner to proceed to the next day. Okay, we're dragging cards, we can rotate tiles and we can zoom. Boring company. Check inbox. Oh, it's like Tetris. It's not gonna fit. Prepare a report. Open the mail. Some activities have a special result. Press the flashing orange button to view it. My dearest
Emma.
Emma.
I doubt you remember me. My name is Beppe and I am an enologist.
Congrats.
Winemaking has ruled my life as a tyrant, devouring any free time I had, until I have reached the end of my journey, still chasing the perfect wine. There is a long list of winemakers who would be happy to inherit my lands, but this time I will rebel against what is logical or due. While we need to treasure our tradition, we also need to make room for innovative solutions, newcomers to fill our ranks. I want you to run my business and become a winemaker. It's not going to be easy, but I promise you it will be worth it.
Oh, weird.
Your vineyards await.
Here, I have a wine company. So we've been saved from our boring office days by a random person who gives us a vineyard. Anna's our neighbor. Hi. I've heard so much about you from the old man. Oh, have you? Yeah, tell you everything about it. Don't worry, but all in due time. I just thought it would be nice to introduce myself and greet you. So here I am. That's very kind of you. You must be exhausted. How was your journey? Yeah, actually I'm a bit tired. The flight was delayed and kind of packed, you know. Oh, girl, I can imagine that. Let me know if there's anything I can do for you, okay? Anything at all. How about that? How do I run this place? The letter wasn't particularly clear on that matter. Big question, but you're in luck. The old man has left some instructions for you to follow. But he was a bit worried you'd feel overwhelmed reading everything in one go. I'll pass his notes on to you one by one. Okay, they're explaining how the tutorial is going to go. He wasn't very tech savvy. You'll be fine. You should really give Theo a call. Okay. Nice guy, strong arms, big hands. Youngest son of the old lady who has the bakery. Okay. Yeah, you're rambling. Oh god. That's a very weird introduction. I'm gonna roll with it. Hey, Theo. You've got small hands, not big hands. I named my last houseplant Dodo because extinction is the ultimate fate of all my plants. Not even a succulent, they are hard to kill, you know. No green fingers whatsoever. Yeah, okay. How does this work then? Like weeding. Weeding is about preserving the moisture of the soil by reducing the competition for the mineral nutrients required by the vines to grow. Clear enough? Death to the weeds, long live the vines. That's a bizarre way of putting it, but yeah. Great. I really don't like the story stuff. You know, if I push myself through that, I'm gonna quit in 5 minutes. So I'm gonna play endless mode with just regular settings. No, tutorial messages are fine. Okay, so this is the place we inherited. Tool shed. And those are probably the different grapes. And we can do crop thinning. That's used to achieve yield and quality. Crop thinning is the term used for removal of flower and or grape clusters on the grapevine. It allows the grower to modify vine balance, fruit to vegetative growth. The intensity of crop thinning is highly dependent on the cultivar, vine health and climate. Takes 2 days, has a certain shape and needs conditions. Sunny, which is currently probably the case. We are on day 13 of the summer. Oh, it's Fahrenheit. Can't really translate that. Can we change that to Celsius? Ah, we can. Kelvin, yeah, sure. Right. Weeding. Also done in the summer. This shape here is limiting what we can do. And we're gonna inspect the grapes. Cool. No diseases that we can see here. Rico. Okay, so the order of things would now be suckering. Sweetness. Acidity. Then we've got the treatment. Now I clicked on treatments and the card appeared. Inspect. Okay, that just resets that. You have the winery. In the cellar you can find all tools and rooms that you need to work on. Work on musts such as tanks, barrels or presses. Tools are the one required for most of card activities and they can get dirty or broken. Oh boy, this translation is wonky. So we have tanks and a press and a bottling machine and a crusher. You can get info on them. We can switch to the warehouse and the tool shed here. That's for orders of wine. That's for machinery. Okay, where we could go shopping to buy something. We have 50,000 euro. We could buy an old crawler to speed up the harvest. Hey, low fat, welcome. Okay. Can break down, and then we've got different machines here. An atomizer to spread the treatment. That's pretty cool. A chute remover. Ah, okay. Cool. But a proper tractor, even if old, is very expensive. Trimming operations. So if I go back, wait, that's not back, this is back, and click on the Brico again, I would see that suckering is the next maintenance step, isn't it? During summer. And then you learn about the different grapes. Oh, that's the right. That's the plots. Ah, okay. So you see, you have exposure levels to calculate how much sun they're gonna get. Interesting. And this back here doesn't. It's not part of the game. Okay. So it has Barbera on it. Now. Okay. Barbera is known for its deep color, full body, low tannins, and high levels of acidity. When young, the wines offer a very intense aroma of fresh red cherries and blackberries. Tasty. Tasty. Yeah, there are a lot of things to learn about plants and, you know, the whole planting, farming, producing process. So it's not really a game that you pick up and play. I mean, I did cancel the story mode because I found it super annoying, the way they introduce the people and, you know, the game to you. I didn't have the patience for that, but it's probably the best way to get into it, actually, because they're going to go step by step and they're going to guide you along the way. While what I'm doing right now is mostly looking at the user interface and seeing how the base mechanics of the game will work. But this here is actually really helpful. You can look up different topics. Sadly, you can't click on these, but that's alright. So the difference between red and white, diseases they can catch, and, you know, information on the not a scientific term, indeed. Information on the wine. That you might just also, you get more information on this probably later. Right, so if I go back here, it's going to be a red wine that we can make from these. And it's currently summer, right? Let's double check. It's summer with two more days, I guess. And if we go here, we see that this is the circle of things you do: weeding, suckering, trimming, crop thinning, harvesting. And then in between treatment and recovery, if you are unlucky enough to catch a disease. Right. So we would double check. This has been planted. This has been pruned. So next up would be the suckering. But we can't do that here with the cards we have at the beginning. I'm gonna check if I can see. Age 3. I saw that there is a suckering tool. The shoot remover speeds up the suckering process. Right. But we would need a tractor for it. So we're going to buy the unlock this in the technologies panel. Fame. Technologies. Board upgrade. Okay. Tool shed, binary, warehouse. Mine log. Okay, so the board upgrade allows me to actually upgrade the place where I can put the cards. Here, this here. So what happens when I do this? It's gonna cost 300. And it's calculating that instantly. Weed the bricko. Okay. We're gonna go back here. Those would be orders. That's all we have here. Technology, tool shed, tractor. A cleaning room. So, we can buy the old crawler. And we need to be at level fame level 20 and tool shed level 2 if we want the tractor as such. Okay. Fair enough. I could buy a new patch of land. Oh, they're expensive. Now, why is this so cheap? Because there's only one kind of... Yeah, the Chardonnay would grow there, and the Herbaluche, or whatever it's called. Okay, and then we get new cards because we did that. New vineyard. Plowing. And now I double check. Buy some land. Clear. Wow. So we would clear it. Ooh, but that's too big. That's 4. We would need to upgrade our board. Get a 4 in there. Right. Now we would clear that. And plow it. And obviously it would be nice if we could also put some wine in. Now. Would we need another room? Ooh, I don't know. It goes into the press. Oh, we could sell. We could just sell the grapes. Goes into the crushing press and then sell in bulk. Ah, okay. So we don't really need to make white wine at first. We could just use it for other reasons, other things. We have a crusher, so that should work. Or both. Alright, let's go back. And let's assume we're good with the treatment here. Right, that's apparently still going on. Oh, there's summer. And there's one more day in summer. Okay. What I don't understand is how you get the cards you need to do the jobs. It's getting sweeter. Less acidic. Right? Maybe we can't do that yet. Oh right, we could upgrade the tool shed. $10,000. Okay, we're good. You can get a loan. Alright. Now we are in the last day of the summer. Do we see how much weed we have here? No, not really. Planting density. Don't need a treatment. I guess we're good. The business has 3 different buildings that handle different sides of the wine production. Click to access them and handle their functionality. Alright. So this... looks okay. Now if we check back here... don't know what that does. Ah, this is not the season, that's the kind of weather. Okay, we could plant. Oh, but we don't have the shape for it. Yeah, we need to wait another day to get the shed finished. And I think this is the turns it takes, right? 3 turns to harvest, 2 turns to plant. I guess we can harvest the wine here. Let's try that. And? Yes. Oh yeah, the special button. In this panel you can see the harvest results. Now you can move to transform the grapes and select the tanks you would like to use. Good quality. 28 hectoliters. Okay. Vinify. Vinify? There's enough space in there. Now we can do the crushing. We can put that in here. Yeah, it's raining, so we don't can plant. It's more expensive also. Okay. Wine data, wine traits. Is now in the process of being crushed. Pruning. In the winter, this usually involves removing the canes and wood that is less than a year old, leaving only the necessary buds or spur desired for the next year's production. Okay. Whoops. Every variety has its favorite pruning method. Predominantly clay. Average production. So I could get a riper, higher quality wine, but I would get less wine in general. So we get a low number of buds. Yeah, or you can make cheap wine. Let's go on a bit lower quantity. Oh, I think I didn't restart the timer on this one. Whoops. But it's been half an hour now. Fermentation. Different flavors. We can't really get different types of yeast yet, but we can determine how much alcohol it will have. It has a low alcohol resistance, this yeast. Black pepper. That's already critical. Right. Short fermentation. And richer tannins. Gonna make a wine that I would drink. No tanks available. Yeah, I know that. That's fine. No, we're nearly broke. The tool shed was a bit expensive. Shouldn't have done that so early. But we can get a loan. Can we? 20,000 over 3 years. Four years. 2 years? Yeah, let's get 10% interest. That's all right. And hope that we get our first production out and see that it worked out. Now we can press. If you press with a higher intensity, you will get a higher volume of must with a lower quality. Use the slider to select your desired intensity. Right, 31% intensity. And then we wait. The suckering. There are no grapes on the vines right now. And this would fit here. And we could plant the white wine. Planting density. Here we would get extra quantity but lower quality. That's a quantity plus. I think we're gonna sell the grapes on from that. Maybe. Now we're gonna wait a turn. Or spend a day waiting. And that's still going on, the suckering. It's too early for the weeding. We can wait. Oh, I can't move these once they're placed. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. We can't bottle yet. Okay, we're gonna wait. Each new vineyard provides an indigenous yeast to be used during the fermentation of that vineyard's grapes. Additional yeast can be combined in the yeast laboratory. Righto. But we're gonna make wine now. New image for our bottle. Okay, different types of closures can make wine faulty. Cork is expensive and probably can be faulty. Nemo Deluxe. Nobody's gonna buy that. And different glasses. I'm gonna go for this. Long double. Now we've got 2,346 bottles. Okay, here we go. Gonna make our first wine. And now the weeding can start on our Brico. Hey Axel, welcome. Enjoy the lurk, appreciate it. Grape juice for adults. I could have called it that. Now we're gonna put bowls up here. And then we should be good. Machinery is subject to wear and can get dirty or broken. Each piece of machinery can be cleaned and repaired by accessing the building it belongs to. The use of dirty machinery can affect the quality of wine. Yeah. Wine tasting. Uh-oh. We can't clean yet, so we might as well do the tasting. Got a dirty tank. But that's an option we don't have at the moment, right? Cleaning needs this shape here. Now let's see what happens with our wine. Tasting. The evaluation of the wine is expressed by score. This value depends on the typicality of the wine and the quality of the grapes used. Oh, they're gonna... Okay, that's not too bad. I was actually afraid. Needs more body. That's what you say. Yeah, it has not a lot of residual sugar, so that was a good one. No particular flavors found. Oh, it's not an easy game to pick up and play if you, like me, hate the story introduction. I couldn't stand it. It was super cringy. So I skipped that and just opened a free endless gameplay, which is obviously not an easy way to start into this game. Sales at €12.86. Production cost, well, bottling cost was $1.49. Yeah. Okay, journal update. Now we learned about Barbera. Now we made one batch. We know that sweetness low is something they want. And to high typicity. Right. Needs more body. This is where we landed on the first batch. Right? They didn't comment on the tannins and the acidity. So that way you can start making better wine with these indications. And in the process you learn a lot about winemaking actually. It's a pretty good simulation, I think. Now let's clean that ugly tank of ours. And weed out the weeds. It's not really a good placement, is it? At least we can get an L shape in here. Right. We can store up to 5,000 bottles. Where could we find out orders again? Here. You have no wine to sell. Yeah, I've been drinking it. Alright, I guess you really have to play that story mode if you want to get a proper tutorial. Really not a fan. We have an order! Special orders must be completed in order to gain fame and ensure good income from selling more bottles. If an order is beyond the player's abilities, it can be discarded for a small fame cost. Special orders. Yeah, the timer, I forgot to put it on for this game. It's been 40 minutes, roughly. Oh. No wine. What? Yeah, I'll sell you 282 bottles. He's only going to pay $11.57. They wanted at least 40. I made 60. And I see that my symbol here with the birdie is a bit off. Should be a bit more higher. Anyway. There you go. And you want at least 60. Oh, but white. I can't sell you any white. White wine. Regular orders. 46 bottles. On a discount. We need the money. Right? Okay. So we can't fill this special order number 2 because we don't have 457 bottles of white wine. If you can wait a few years, we can totally make it. Now, I'm gonna go into the next day. The base price of the wine is affected by fame. I'm not sure if I want to go discount again. A minimum acidity. Yeah, white wine I can't really do that. But our fame rose from 10 to 15, so that's a good progress, actually. And we made a tiny amount of money. That tool shed is gonna make me go broke. Now, how are we doing here? And inspect the grapes in detail, which is kind of cool, right? And you can figure out if it has mildew or mites or some nasty other stuff. So crop thinning on the Brico. Sales completed. Yeah. I think I might need to take the other order. I will see. Maybe we get a better one. It surprised you. Yeah, that's good. Come again. See, they want to pay 11. I don't go lower than 11. Unless I have to. But yeah, it's we're still losing money because the loan is expensive and I upgraded the tool shed, which I shouldn't have. But I didn't understand how it worked back then. Now, we could unlock aging, but that costs 10k. Right. Malolactic is a secondary fermentation which, using certain bacteria, reduces the acidity of wines. Alright. Yeah, it's a pretty complex game. It's kind of a board game, I would say. I mean, it's a management game, but I could see this, you know, this is a board game as well. It has this interesting mix of Tetris-style card placement and automatic seasonal effects like different weather and such. So yeah, you just see what happened before, right? Can't go to last year. And there are some things that I don't really get yet, but I guess that's fine. They still want the white wine. And yeah, I'm not gonna sell for 1064, so I'm gonna go broke before that happens. Over here, I don't really understand what it means with the red dot and the not red dot. That's not a good user interface. But yeah, that's what you get for not playing the tutorial properly. But I couldn't stand it. It was horrible. The career mode or story mode, whatever it's called. Here, there you go. The story mode was really not good. But I guess that is what gives you an introduction to the game's mechanics. Or not. But yeah, so you kind of need to be ready for all the details here if you want to enjoy playing this. I'm not so sure if I like how it plays, but I can appreciate the detail in the game. And it certainly is a different beast of simulation or management game. Yeah, it didn't load the story mode now. It continued my open play.